That is the reason why it is said that no mystic would change his state even for a kingdom. It is something so unique, so glorious, so elevating that I have no words to describe this state.
What type of life must a person live to awaken their Kundalini?
In order to make this clear, I would like to say that it is not Kundalini. Kundalini is the power, the mechanism. But actually, what we do is awaken to activity a certain region in the brain. This means that nature has already provided a potential in the brain which has to be awakened. This means that the brain can still organically evolve to a higher performance. This is my experience, that the human brain is still organically evolving in the direction of the great mystics, in the same direction as the great geniuses and the great mystics had. Now, for this evolution, a certain type of life is necessary. For instance, throughout our life, this evolution is resistlessly going on, and we have to cooperate with it. Where we do not cooperate with the inner evolution, we create problems for ourselves. For that purpose, for the last 5,000 years at least, great prophets have been born, beginning with the Vedas, then Buddha, then Christ, then Muhammad, then Guru Nanak, and all the ancient prophets of the Bible. They have been born time after time, and they have given some teaching to mankind, which was, in other words, a direction for how to live while the brain is evolving. The Sermon on the Mount, the Ten Commandments, the discourses of the Buddha, the Bhagavad Gita, and all those directions contained in the religious scriptures of the earth. I mean the basic tenets. They are all meant to regulate our life so as to live in harmony with the law of evolution which governs our lives. This is the secret. This is the secret of why there is religious revelation. You cannot believe that the creator of the universe, which has billions upon billions of suns, billions upon billions of earths, and which is still so vast that our puny intellect cannot even grasp its magnitude, should wish that we should praise him. That is not the case. The revelations have come to regulate the life of human beings so that they work in harmony with the law of evolution that is at work day and night in their brains. Where they depart from this law of evolution, they always bring calamities or problems upon themselves. The present period is one such occasion when we have digressed from the laws of evolution, and the result is that we are threatened in many directions.
So
the life to be led is just as you see in the Sermon of the Mount. A life of humility, a life of love, a life of purity, a life in which you wish for others what you wish for yourself, a life in which you are pure, you are not sophisticated, you are not over clever, you are not smart, you do not wish by your cleverness or smartness to take what belongs to the other, a life of extreme purity, and a life of simplicity, that you do not waste the resources of the earth. As you know, every animal satisfies his basic needs from the cyclic resources of the earth. Man is the only creature who is wasting the basic resources, the minerals, for his own luxury and pleasure. That is what the Sermon on the Mount is meant to teach, that humanity should live simple, beautiful, pure, compassionate lives. This is the type of life necessary for the awakening of Kundalini.
And this is what all religions of the world...
Every prophet, every great mystic, even every philosopher, for instance, see Socrates or Plato or Shankaracharya.
The scene is Athens, 400 BC. Yes, the debate's in full force, and Socrates has the floor. Who enters? Alcibiades, drunk, a beautiful man, hopelessly in love with his mentor, Socrates. And uniquely, in all of these dialogues, Socrates doesn't get the last word. Alcibiades does. Why? Because passion, Plato seems to be saying, is essentially and mercilessly human. And the best that we can hope to do is to quell it through relentless discipline. To Socrates, the healthy life is comprised of constant focus by the individual to excise those forces that weaken or confuse his understanding of the world around him. He implores us to devote our lives to this kind of control, meaning our every waking moment. Socrates recognized what every philosopher and religion, for that matter, in the history of the world, from Plato to Aristotle, from Epicurus to the Stoics, from the Judeo-Christians to the Buddhists, have all observed, which is that the balance needed for a happy life is illusory.